Hi everyone, this is Elsie Clemens. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm covering weeks 4 and 5 of my vlog. So I didn't post for last week because it has been a hectic 2 weeks. I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna finish Poseidon book 1 before the month of February is out. The outline is so extensive that I wrote, and I didn't realize that 40 chapters might actually be condensed down to 30 something chapters, because there's some parts I'm taking out because as I'm reading to put in for my story, I'm realizing some parts aren't even needed. I can just mash them all together. It's not that I'm in editing mode, it's just easier. But with that being said, oh my gosh, this was the weirdest 2 weeks of my life. I couldn't get the podcast to work. My MacBook decided to act like it didn't like me anymore. It was a lot of activity, so I couldn't do work like I wanted to, but I'm glad I'm still on the grind. I mean, there's not much to really say this time around, but I did have fun watching Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Oh my gosh, her inner diva mode is out. So I will watch it if you're not easily offended by fake satanic 1930s stuff. I would watch it, but it was crazy. Sabrina stole a show, and I'm not going to get into a full review episode, but it was crazy. And it kind of helped my writing too, watching new shows. I don't really watch Chilling Adventures. I usually wait because I like watching 2 seasons, but it was good for what it was. I watched BoJack Horseman, which is actually in my podcast episode. This was, and then on top of that, I finally am putting myself on a budget plan where I'm going to do the Neil Gaiman masterclass for writing the second draft. Since I am going to do my nano draft in March, I'm determined to finish this book. Since I'm, been off of work for 2 days for just using some of my sick time because I have to. I've been working on my book constantly, and I've been checking up on stuff I wanted to do. Like, I want to play Resident Evil 3 when it comes out. I play Resident Evil 2, now I want to play Resident Evil 3. Not that it's going to be a live stream. There's just no way, because there'd be too much work. Put not too much green screen, the thing up. Then this is our bedroom, so my husband's going to be walking in and out, so I might ruin the stream. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipes. I am so stoked with the Neil Gaiman masterclass. I'm so happy. And the great thing about the masterclass thing is I don't have to just do him. I have a lifetime supply to do Judy Blume and Margaret Atwood, who did The Handmaid's Tale. Now, I will admit, I was on the fence about reading Handmaid's Tale. I didn't want to watch the series because I knew it was going to make me angry. I knew, and it did. About the first 3 episodes just kind of just set me on a tangent, because I felt like, wait a minute, there's no way this will work. But when I read the book, it was like, oh, okay, now I get why this happened. Different time frame, different mindset. I get all that now. So I got a lot more done than I thought I was. I went through this depressive slump where I wasn't writing for a couple days because I had to get up extra early for overtime. So I didn't have time to really write or read, because I tried to give at least an hour of my mornings. But when I have days off like this, I have to push. I must push because I want to get this book done. I'm so tired of first drafts, and I never do anything with them. I'm sick of it. This is my 3rd first draft I have. And this one I'm going to go back to the other 2 just to see what the heck I wrote, and I feel like I'm going to have a whole episode of just full cringe, just really isn't what I wrote, because one of them was a zombie apocalypse story, one of them, because I was a huge Walking Dead fan, go figure. One of them is a vampire story, which I'm just going to say this. I was a vampire fan when Buffy came out. I was a fan before Twilight and all that crap took over. So, there you go. But the whole fact of the matter is, I have to get past the first draft. I got to stop being afraid of looking at it. I think that's part of it. I don't like looking at my first draft once I'm done writing it. And that's not healthy. You want to be a full-fledged writer, but you don't want to look at your draft. Kind of an oxymoron, right? So this is going to be a short video. I just talked for like 40 minutes almost for my podcast episode, so my mouth is like freaking dry. I'm hoping to have more the next episode, more insightful things. I'm not a huge author tuber like not Sarah Sharma is pretty cool. I'm not like big like By the Broke or Kate Kavanaugh. Sometimes I don't have as much to say as I would on any other booktuber. You got people who travel. I can barely travel because I can't afford it right now, especially since I've harped on this before. On April 3rd, job's gone. So unless I have another job lined up, which I'm hoping to God I do, I have to work within my means. But with that being said, I am on the positive upkeep of how this book is going. It's weird because I usually can't stay focused. I'm usually going off. When I was younger, I would just go straight to fan fiction. Like, I always wanted to finish my Star vs. the Force of Evil fan fiction, but then I realized, how am I gonna get this book done if I'm always writing fan fiction? Fan fiction is something, the story's already been written. Darren F.C. wrote her series. I mean, my series, I may rewrite it one day and put it on my on an official website. Not lonewolfchat.com, a different website. I might write something else. I might, my brain does not want to work. I might want to write a fanfiction, just to get readers in there and see what my perspective would have been on the series. Or better yet, my Legend of Zelda one. I have always wanted to go back to doing Legend of Zelda because stories like Legend of Zelda and Fallout, the Fallout universe, the Skyrim universe. Well, not Skyrim universe, the Elder Scrolls universe. Let's just put a real thing on there. Bethesda. Those universes are open world. It doesn't have to be about Link and Zelda every time. My story's about Prince Sidon because he's my favorite character from Breath of the Wild. My other series was about Dark Link. There are other characters in the series, not just Link and Zelda. And it's such an open world, anything can happen. Yeah, Link and Zelda might show up in the series because the series is called Zelda, but it doesn't mean they're the 100% focal point of the series. Star vs. Force of Evil was more about the side characters than anything else because they were interesting. Star and Marco's story was over. What about Tom? What about Jana? Jamie, Jackie Lynn Thomas. Wow. That was pretty cool too. There are other characters, not just them. But I personally love writing fan fiction for open world characters because there's a possibility. There are endless possibilities for characters. So I may go back to fan fiction one day, but at this point, I have to write my book. Now, the other thing is, I'm still on the fence and I need more time to do proper research if I really need his website or not for podcasting and for book writing. Everybody's become an Instagram person. Instagram, Twitter. It's almost like people can't stay focused enough to really be on a website. So sometimes I ask myself, what's the relevancy of having a website if no one goes to it? I mean, they tell you in these writers' workshops to have a website, but do you really need a website like that badly? Half of the people I read and I go to their website, it's half the time it's not updated because they're working on their freaking books. So, eesh. I don't want to keep paying for a website if it's not going to be useful until I'm published, But I still have to do further research if it's really needed because I have a podcast. Now, that's all I'm going to talk about. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I do still have the website up. It's lonewolfchat.com. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave comments below if you think I should keep the website or not. I do have a Ko-fi page if you want to donate to the channel. It is ko-fi.com/LC Clements. And I will chat with you guys again soon.